Yo, what's going on, internet? TBH here, and Black, aka the internet's top hardcore casual comic view. Comic view. That's the casual side coming out. The comic book reviewers, where we don't read the books, we just watch the shows and the movies and talk our shit. Say what up to the people, but
gang. What's up, everybody?
And we just got done watching episode 3 of Flash season 4. Definitely an interesting episode. Just to kind of start the conversation off, I think it was better than the first 2 episodes. Not by much, but it was definitely better, definitely much more entertaining. In this episode, we have a new meta from the bus explosion that was revealed. That Barry...
Becky.
With the Y, not the IE.
Yeah, that's clear.
So the first thing I find interesting about this episode is we find out once again Barry is ruining the world. He started with the Flashpoint, when once again he came out of the Speed Force, which created dark matter, which caused an explosion that hit a bus, and then it created a bunch of metas. The first meta was the guy who, the tech dude. Now this chick Becky with the Y.
I don't want them to, attack you. You say he came out of the Flashpoint. He came out of the Speed Force.
Yeah, I said Speed Force, didn't I?
You said Flashpoint.
I could have sworn I said Speed Force. Whatever, Speed Force. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he came out. We found out, like in the middle of the episode, him coming out of the Speed Force infected everyone with dark matter, and a very interesting way in giving people, meta abilities. And apparently, they said 12 people were infected total.
It was at least a dozen. I said, yeah,
12. So
I didn't count the people on the bus, but I'm sure if we wanted to really be detectives, we could go back. But ain't nobody trying to.
I'm pretty sure it's 12 total.
Yeah.
And so our girl Becky, her ability is to cause good luck for herself and bad luck for everyone else.
And the more luck she has, the bigger the bad luck AoE affects the city, basically.
Yeah. And I would say this episode did a really good job of like making this show like really fiction like, because it's 2017 and like the girl is using a MySpace page, and I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely fake.
I think the more interesting thing about this show, as I said early on, they kept calling her the Jinx. I was like, is that the Jinx from Teen Titans? I was like, that'd be interesting if that's like the Jinx from Hive or whatever. Obviously maybe like an early version of it, but I thought her power was cool. Like it was refreshing to see something different finally for him to be fighting up against. It was affecting everybody. What's her name? Like they had her out there robbing a bank, and she was holding people hostage when they went to jitters. She was doing like some cool stuff, and I thought that was interesting. I did find the actress to be annoying, like her voice. And I said earlier, I was like, is her voice naturally like that, or is she doing that on purpose? Because if she's doing that on purpose, like shit's just annoying.
I thought that her voice was annoying, but I'm hoping it's acting, because like I'd imagine a person named Becky with an annoying voice, Yeah,
they probably told her to do that. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I hope so.
Yeah,
but she was a very interesting character. Like I didn't think she wasn't really evil. It was just she felt like life gave her a horrible hand, and like she always had bad luck. Like fuck it, what happened? Like she got fired from work because she like spilled something on a customer at a casino, and then she comes home, her boyfriend cheats on her. Yeah, her life sucked. So.
Oh, whoa! Before we get into the villain, like right at the top of the episode, we learned that Wally gets dumped by Jesse Quick.
Yeah.
She said it's you, not me, or some shit. I don't know. So he's like, he was already looking emo, but then he goes super emo and just disappears for the whole episode. But my bad, go ahead.
Yeah, and that was their way of saying, Jesse Quick, look, we can't afford you right now this season, so peace.
That, or we can't afford to keep animating, sending you back and forth from Earth 1 to Earth 2. Like animating those warp holes costs a lot of money. Like that's just not in the budget. Maybe it's not that, dude. So yeah, he got dumped. He disappears and reappears back at later in the episode, but we'll talk about that later. Let's see. So different things that was affected by old girl Becky with the Y's luck. Fucking what's her name kept trying to get married. She was trying to rush the marriage because they were losing all their spots.
Iris.
Yeah, Iris. Iris was just being annoying. Like she like knocked somebody's casket over, and she was like, "I don't care."
She did not knock their casket over.
Whatever that shit was. It was something in the funeral.
Over.
Yeah, whatever. Like she disrespected the dead, bruh. Just so she can get married. Like she was just being really selfish and annoying. And then fucking she was like, well, you said you'll marry me anytime, anywhere, so let's do it right now. And it's just like, bruh, fucking somebody died. My man's like, can we change the altar? She's like, no, fuck it. So just goes to show women crazy.
Iris is getting really annoying this season.
Yeah, like I wonder, are they does the actor enjoy that? Like they're turning her into Laurel, and nobody wants Laurel. Nobody wants the black Laurel. Okay.
Yeah.
Last thing we need is a strong, independent Laurel that don't need no man. Okay.
That's how you get killed out here, bro.
Was there anything in this particular that stuck out to you in this episode?
Yeah. So, I there's some things I want to talk about. Like, so Flash is fighting Becky, and Becky she's got done robbing a bank, and she makes like a bunch of marbles fall, and the Flash is running, and out of nowhere he like trips on the marbles. But my thing is, if he's a Flash, he's able to perceive how fast the marbles are falling and run around them. But no, he just runs into them.
In the show's defense, they did explain her power later on. Her ability amplifies the more luck that she has, and you gotta keep in mind, she just got done robbing a bank. Then she calls an Uber. She calls an Uber to pick her up, and like she stopped the cops. So she was having a big luck streak, and he wasn't that far from her when she drove off. So he was definitely within the AOE to lose all luck. I think they explained that.
I guess, but that's one of those things where, like, I feel like it could have been better, like explained better, or done better.
Yeah.
I think is if I see marbles, and I run at the speed of fucking sound, I don't know. I would avoid them, but that's just me. But maybe he slipped on one he didn't see. I'll chalk it up to that.
I want to know what slot machine Becky was playing, because when she went to the casino, she pulled the fucking slot machine asking for a cherry, and the third cherry, it took like 15 minutes into the episode before it finally got to a star. I'm like, what kind of machine was that? Very, very plot armor heavy. Very convenient that they were able to set off the particle accelerator and save the whole world before the slot machine stopped. Have you ever played a slot machine like that?
I played like slot machines in Pokemon games before, and like they actually ended fairly quickly, and I played in other various games, and it doesn't take like 7 minutes to do a slot. You know what I mean? Like, that was like the longest slot machine I've ever seen. I could not suspend disbelief for that. But yeah. Going away from the Becky situation,
with the Y.
One thing I thought, what?
Becky with the Y. I was just making sure
you're right, Becky with the Y. One thing I thought was very interesting that also made me realize, oh wow, this show is like really fiction. Is you brought this up that apparently with 15,000 you can get a house in Star City, Central City. So here's what happened. Because of the bad luck caused by Becky, a bunch of things was happening to Joe's house, and it was basically falling apart. And then the girl he's dating, that's part of the
luck didn't have nothing to do with the house.
It did.
It only did in the later episode when her abilities expanded. But if you were actually listening, that's at the beginning of the episode, like the pipes were creaking since they were kids. Yeah, like the house was always like that.
Yeah, but like his girl is like, yeah, we should move, yada 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 yada. This is trash house. It's not that great. Bobby the Builder came and fixed his trash, and I was like, oh. So I don't know. I thought that was annoying. Sia comes up there and be like, hey, let me live with you, and I was like, yeah, let's move. I don't know. I thought that was annoying. Like, I don't know. I felt sometimes.
You feel like she's becoming too controlling of Joe?
Yeah. I mean, if she was like, yo, Joe, you need to get rid of that hairline, I'd be like, all right, I could co-sign that. But, she's talking about the house. And I'm like, come on, bro. This is the house where we saw Harry Allen get kidnapped and then brought to Barry's old house to get killed. Like, there's just so many good memories there.
I feel that. I mean, they gotta keep in mind, this is the same house where Barry and Iris shared their first kiss as kids, where they were first indulging in incest when they were children and shit. So it's definitely some good memories. Definitely some good memories of the house. So I think one thing that was disappointing about this episode is the new villain, the quote unquote thinker they call him. It was just when he showed up in the episode, it was just a repeat of the first 2 episodes. Yeah. It's like, we get it, you're scheming in the background, but when are you going to reveal yourself? When are you going to make, or like a power play or something like that? It literally was the same scene from the first 2. It was like, I'm smarter than you. So
here's my thinking, and this is like my theory, continuing from the last episode. I think what he wants to do is have all the new metahumans that Barry created in the jail in Central in was it Iron Heights? Yeah, Iron Heights. So like he could like state some type of meta rebellion or some shit, almost kind of like in Arrow when all the Slade's niggas was pulling up. That's a Slade. Yeah, Slade. Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Like he wants to have all the metas to break out of Iron Heights and like cause a huge problem. Or I don't know. I don't know, but I feel like he wants all the new metas to be arrested.
Yeah, then he's gonna probably do something to release them and have the team up. It actually made me think like when the explosion went off on the bus and they revealed it was like a dozen people that got powers. They showed the majority of the people's faces on the bus. It made me think like, is next week's episode going to be somebody from that bus, and like they're just going to highlight each person from the bus until the final fight breaks down. Like I hope it doesn't go like that because that's too predictable.
There's gonna be because there's only 12 and this is like normally what 22 23 episodes this season. So I'm sure like hopefully from here on out it'll be like meta, random villain meta, then the crossover. So I also want to know, is Supergirl going to be part of this crossover again?
Wait, what is they confirmed a crossover?
You know, a crossover's happening, bro. Come on, come on. That's why this all is here for. I'm watching for the crossover. Hopefully they truly utilizes Supergirl in the crossover. They do one. Because like the last time they were like, it's a 4-day event, and then they switched it. It was like 3-day event after Supergirl went, and literally Barry and Cisco pulled up in like the last 30 seconds of the show. I digress from this episode. I think the villain though, once again, he's trying to plan some like crazy big shit with. I want to say like a metahuman rebellion, but I do want to find out his intentions. I mean, clearly it is like really early on in the season, but if all we keep seeing is this nigga sitting in a chair talking about, oh, I'm smarter than you as I played chess and listen to Beethoven and learn other shit. It's like, yes, we get it, you're smart. Next thing we're gonna see this nigga playing like Shikamaru in like that little Japanese chess game.
Fucking it's refreshing that they're off to him fighting speedsters, but I feel like the execution can still be better.
Basically.
So towards the end of the episode, he finally catches the Jinx, and then they're all talking amongst themselves. And I actually thought this part was kind of funny when Wally comes back. Hey, you guys didn't even notice I was gone. Like, and like I thought about, like, yeah, he was. Like the whole episode, where was Wally? And he reveals that he went to Earth 2 to talk to Jesse Quick, and basically she reassured that she ain't gonna be with his black ass. She's doing her own thing. She got her own team, and he said he needs to find himself. So he said he's going to Stardew Valley or some shit.
Valley or some shit.
Yeah, to like hang with a friend and find himself, whatever that means. Do you think that's going to allude to anything big in the season?
Maybe not necessarily this season. I'm sure they're going to come back eventually, but hopefully this leads him to developing that relationship with the Speed Force to make him the fastest speedster. You know what I'm saying? Because, I feel like hopefully he's not a bitch by the end of this season, because he's been annoying as well.
I just hope he stops being a fucking emo weirdo. Like, it's actually completely out of character. He came in being like a tough guy, and then he became like neutral, which is cool, which it made sense once he was cool with his family. Yeah, like now he's just becoming like a complete emo. Like
he's digressing.
I don't know this guy, man. I don't know this guy.
Yeah, bro. Like, his hairstyle, I don't know, bro. Like I said, nigga looked like a rejected Temptation. I ain't fucking with it, bro. He needs to go. He does.
Am I the only one that finds it strange that, like, because he recently revealed in real life that he's like bisexual, and then it also just so happens that his character, quote unquote, needs to find himself. Like, let's not like. I don't care that you're bisexual. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, I find that like a weird coincidence that his character is quote unquote becoming emo and different too. It's like, what? Just keep your fucking liberal agendas out of the video. This is a superhero show, okay? I just want some badass speedsters, okay? I don't need all that liberal shit in my goddamn show. But you know,
how do you feel if they come back and Wally West is now gay?
I'll be like, I'm not gonna care that he's gay, but at the same time, it's gonna be like, what was the point?
Yeah.
What was the point of that? Like, what does it do for the show? Like, in what way does it enhance it? So I don't know. I don't know.
I got my heart broken by speech, and now I'm gay, guy.
Goddamn liberal. So the way the episode ends is we get a surprise. Old girl is doing a shitty paint job in the house. Joe West's worker boo, and they lay down. They start getting ready to think about fucking and shit. And then she's like, nah, I don't want to move out. Let's stay in the house. It has character and shit. And Joe's like, for real, bitch? I just had changed my mind. I was thinking about moving out, but cool, whatever, because I didn't really want to move out anyway. So they're all happy that there's no change. And I found it interesting that he was ready to change houses, but he still isn't ready to let go of that hairline, but whatever. Then
agreed.
Baby girl reveals that she's pregnant. How'd you feel about that?
I was like, I didn't know she could still have kids. I thought.
I mean, they're in their 40s. Niggas still have kids. White people do that all the time.
I thought she was pushing like 50. So I don't know.
We don't know how old they're. I'm just gonna assume they're in their 40s.
In the 40, 50, 40s.
I didn't know Joe West was shooting up the club like that, nutting all in that pussy. I didn't know, bro. I was like, yo, this show wild. Good for him. So you think we can get a baby speedster next season?
I hope so. Maybe. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care really. I feel like it's gonna be a nuisance.
A nuisance? So she gets pregnant, and you think that's gonna be a nuisance?
Man, I don't care about their family life, bro. I just want to see like people throw hands.
I feel that. So what would you overall rate this episode, season 4, episode 3?
I mean, it was straight. It was like a solid 7.
You said a 7?
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I give it a 7. Like I was slightly entertained, not a lot, but slightly entertained. That was me. So I go ahead.
They didn't do anything horrible in my opinion, but like nothing was either like crazy executed. Like it was an episode. I can't be mad at it.
I feel that. It is what it is. Yeah, I give it a 7. So I'd say it's worth watching, but definitely better than the first 2, but still nothing mind-blowing. Still waiting for that big moment that just awes me in season 4, but still haven't gotten it. Just feels like I'm kind of watching it, going through the motions. If anything, it felt like kind of like a season 1 episode. Just felt like we're fighting a villain, and then that's the end of the episode. But there's also something diabolical going on in the background. But we'll see. We'll see next week. Let us go ahead.
I can't wait for that big plot twist of gay Kid Flash. That's gonna change.
Yeah. So make sure to tune in next week when we talk about episode 4 of season 4 Flash. Let us know in the comment section below, what did you guys think of episode 3 season 4 Flash. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the conversation. You want to see more of this type of stuff. Also, if you want to be in a video like this, feel free to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/GIupdates. We have all different types of rewards online for those who choose to financially support us. There will be a link in the description box below. And other than that, we'll see you next week, speedsters.
So